There is nobody who has more fun highlights to watch, I feel like, than Cam Skattebo. Where could he go? Should I dream about Cam Skattebo in a 49ers uniform?
I wouldn't say dream on it, but I think there's a path. Skattebo, we'll see if he runs the 40 at his pro day. He did not at the combine. And if he does, what time does he get? But like, if he runs over a 4.6 flat, or if he elects not to run it, which is going to force teams to put the 4.6 flat number, I think, in there for him. That's where he could potentially lose a couple of the tiebreakers. It's the one thing he lacks, right? Is like the high end track speed. On the field, though, he has the acceleration, right? Like, and I didn't think it was any coincidence that the test he did was the jumps. As you see the acceleration, I mean, he doesn't have top end speed, but he gets to it in like 2 steps every time, right? So it's that's what you get with him. And to your point about the Shanahan system, that you love the contact balance and you love the acceleration. That dude's got those 2 things in friggin' spades. Those 2 things, you would put him up there with the very top guys of this class. The other things that you nitpick him for, some of those things are not as important in Shanahan's scheme, right? Like the high end speed, right? I mean, that's why Mike was stealing those day 3 running backs with the Broncos every year that would immediately rush for 1,000 yards because they didn't run well at the combine or their pro day or whatever, right? But they had these kind of skills. So yeah, dude, I totally agree with you. Skattebo would be a good fit. And if he falls to day 3, I think that's where it becomes in play for the 49ers.
Okay. Now correct me if I'm wrong. I think you had him 10th on your running back board, right?
I think so. Yeah. I do a lot of tinkering. So I just wanted to check the update, but yes, I still have my 10 on my board.
So all right, that gives me hope. Cause like I tell everybody, I'm not like super into the scouting. So I just like to look at the fun guys, and he looks like a super fun player that would be on the Niners. You could put him to me. I know they just brought back Kyle Juszczyk because God forbid Kyle Shanahan ever has a season without Kyle Juszczyk. But like, if you got him and you could put him in some of the Juszczyk role, you could also put him at running back. I just thought it would be a fun kind of piece that Shanahan could move around. And especially if it's, if it's a day 3 thing, then hell yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And I totally agree with that. He's a really good receiver because of he's got good hands, but then that acceleration with the contact bounce. So if you can get him the ball in space, it's really difficult for one guy to get down Cam Skattebo, right? Like Cam Skattebo going down the field, he's like remember the top at the end of Inception, the spinning top that never goes down? He's just like a huge spinning top at the end of Inception. Like, it's impossible to get his legs out, or one of those punching inflatable boxing things. It just pops up every time. And so because of that, you get the efficiency with him as the receivers, and he can handle the heavier workload. This coming season with the 49ers, you'd have him as a mix and match guy. Well, I love your idea, simultaneously seeing, could he function in sort of a hybrid Juszczyk role next season beyond, whenever Kyle does get rid of his baby blanket.
Exactly.
He's got a new one.
Yeah, right. That is the perfect term for him. And by the way, can we stop comparing Cam Skattebo to Mike Allstott and Ron Dane? Like, just because a guy breaks tackles, that they're not the same.
Yeah, I mean, those guys are definitely bigger than Skattebo. And yeah, it's more the sledgehammer thing. With Skattebo, you get you get a little bit more agility with him. It's more the contact balance thing, the contortion thing, really tough getting him off his feet. And then again, the other thing that goes in conjunction with that is like, he can get hit and then immediately sort of accelerate back out, right? Like, it's just really hard to take his center of gravity from him. And he has this button that he can push where he can like zoom out of trouble really quick. And, people focus on, either sort of the popcorn aspect of watching him or on the nitpicks of his game, without sort of getting to the heart of why he will be or will have an element of success in the NFL. Like, to what degree, we'll have to see. He's going to hang around for a long time. He's going to bring stuff to an NFL offense. He's going to bring that efficiency stuff, and these sorts of traits that we're talking about, they absolutely translate to the NFL.
On day 3, yes, please sign me up for that. You've convinced me.